Apple's cooking up on the next generation of MagSafe wireless charging, and for some reason, the Apple sheep, who probably shouldn't use that title anymore, is upset about it. How am I gonna be the one complaining? Well, maybe you could say this Apple sheep is in their hormonal teenager stage, because everything upsets me now at Apple, and by the end of this video, you might even agree with me. Let's begin. It's not a phase, Tim. This is just who I am. Sorry, I can't do that joke. My hair is too short. But recent filings within the FCC database showcase that Apple is working on a new version of their MagSafe Puck. Now, don't worry, the Puck is the same size as our current MagSafe chargers. Shouldn't be any change with the magnet arrangement and layout and all that. But these supposedly can support up to 50 watts of wireless charging. Now, most people would probably read that headline and go, oh, great, faster wireless charging. That sounds nice. We all want faster charging, saves us time. Why can't Drew just be excited and happy that we might be getting faster wireless charging on potentially the new iPhones coming in September? Well, I guess my concern is that there's time, energy, and resources going to improving wireless charging on the iPhone, theoretically up to 50 watts. And while yes, I am a fan of inductive charging, I do it every single night and when I'm in the car, this is actually not the type of charging that I think should be faster. For one, we already discovered that whenever Apple updates their wireless charging capabilities, you gotta buy a whole new MagSafe Puck. It's like, oh, you need the new version, you gotta buy a whole different puck and cable so you can get 20 watts, and of course, there's power losses with inductive charging, so to get 20 watts, you really need to plug into like 25 or 30 watt charge brick, and it's like, okay, first of all, the USB-C port on our iPhones does not even charge that fast. We're not even close to 50 watts. They basically cap out now around 20, maybe 25 if it's a big iPhone, and I would actually much rather them improve the wired fast charging because for one, it's going to be more efficient, but for two, if you're fast charging, it's usually because like you've depleted the iPhone very quickly and you're kind of in a hurry. And I think way more people have access already to USB-C chargers that have high wattage bricks on the other end because of their iPads, because of their Macs. Most people who already have iPads and Macs probably have access to 30, 60, some of you 100 watt USB-C charge bricks, so it's really convenient and easy, honestly. I would love if my phone could charge faster, but it makes far more sense on the wired connection because I already have my MacBook plugged in via Type-C. Just unplug the Mac, plug in the iPhone, boom! Be great if I could get 50, 60, 70 watts through that USB-C port, but with inductive charging, that's almost always a lot more passive in my experience. That's what you have on your nightstand. That's what you have in your car. When you're in your car navigating, you don't need it to charge that quickly. You don't need it to overheat when it's in sunlight. And when you're charging it on a nightstand overnight, who cares if it takes 1 hour to charge or 5 hours? You're gonna be asleep anyway. And the other big difference, of course, is that if we are required to buy all new charge pucks, we're not gonna be able to take advantage of a lot of these speeds because MacBook USB-C ports, which a lot of people are plugging into, or even the iPad USB-C port, if you want to charge off of that, that's not going to be able to support the full 50 watts anyway. You're gonna be limited to whatever the Mac can output, which most of the time caps out around 15 watts, maybe 20 if it's a newer Mac or something, but 20 watts coming out of your Mac or iPad or whatever home computer or work computer you're plugging into to charge your phone, that new charge puck that supports 50 watts is never gonna hit that because most computers, laptops, and tablets don't have the power output capability to hit 50 watts. But like I said earlier, MagSafe also has some inherent losses. These reports are claiming that this new like Qi 2.2 standard is more energy efficient, but it's still inductive at the end of the day. It's still not going to be pins connecting to pins, which means in order to get the 50 watts on this brand new charge puck you're gonna have to buy, probably another 30 bucks there, but that charge brick you're gonna have to buy with it is also probably gonna be higher than 50 watts. You're gonna have to buy a 60 watt brick or a 70 watt brick to get the 50 watts wirelessly, and it's just not the kind of thing I think people need to be upgrading all that much. I think nightstands are the kind of thing you should buy once and should easily last you 5 to 10 years. I don't see a ton of situations where people are on the go using their phone for work and they need to quickly recharge their phone, but now they gotta buy a whole new charge puck for that, or they need to have access nearby to a 60 watt charge brick so that they can 50 watt MagSafe charge. No, I think they should focus on the speed of the wired connection because most people already have access to those cables and those bricks for their iPads, for their MacBooks, or their cameras. There's a lot of things using USB-C now, and I just get the feeling that Apple's focusing too much on this portless dream. Just don't let it happen, Tim. Stop trying to make portless iPhones happen. I know it's in your head. Maybe media is not helping when they ask the EU, could Apple make a portless iPhone? And the EU says, well, I guess that would qualify because there's no port, haha. It's like, stop giving Apple ideas here, okay? Stop wasting engineering resources and time on making the wireless charging faster when it's honestly fast enough as is, but the wired charging, there's far more applications, and when you're pushing like 50 watts into a phone, you want that to be the most efficient charging method possible, and I think USB-C is the way to go. That's what everybody's got cables and bricks for. People don't want to have to buy brand new bricks and brand new MagSafe pucks again just to unlock faster nightstand charging. I don't want the USB-C port to go anywhere. I don't care how thin they want to make the next iPhone Air. USB-C port is not that thick, okay? It's like 2 millimeters. We're not even close to running on the limits of that, so please, let's just leave MagSafe the way it is. I don't think 50 watts versus 20 watts is really gonna matter because most people aren't gonna plug it into a brick that powerful, and most people aren't gonna buy new MagSafe accessories. But I guess that's all that matters to Apple now, right? They're like, how do we come up with an iPhone feature that ends up selling more accessories? We, of course, gotta get everybody to buy a brand new case. We gotta get everybody in the store to buy a new watch and a new watch band, and you also gotta buy the new 50-watt MagSafe puck. Ugh, give me a break. I don't want to see that, but I would be happy if they just upped the wired charging on my iPhone, because there have been times I'm using it as a camera, I'm using it for communication, using it for phone calls and stuff, where I drain through my battery quickly, but I have access to a very fast 100-watt charge brick and a USB-C cable for my Mac all the time. I just want to be able to plug my iPhone in really quickly, charge it back up again, and then go back to powering my MacBook so the battery doesn't degrade any more than it already has. That's where I'm at. Are you as unreasonable as me? Are you guys petty? Or is it just me? I don't know. Feel free to let me know your thoughts on how fast wireless charging should get versus wired charging down in the comments below. And thank you to everybody supporting this channel directly. Seriously, helps us out a ton, as does just watching these videos. So thanks again. This is your Apple Sheep here. I will see you all in the next one.